More news coming in this afternoon. Conditions on Arvind Kejriwal's bail. Here are the details. The Delhi Chief Minister is to surrender by the 2nd of June. Bail bond worth 50,000 to be furnished with surety of like amount. Cannot visit the Chief Minister's office or Delhi Secretariat, where his office is. Can't sign any official files unless required for obtaining clearance or approval by the Lieutenant Governor. Cannot comment on his role in this particular case. Cannot interact with any of the witnesses or influence the case in any way. Supreme Court has said Arvind Kejriwal's case is not an exception. Power to grant interim bail is commonly exercised in a number of cases. Interim bail is granted in the facts of each case. This case isn't an exception. All right, Minister Sourabh Bharadwaj with my colleague Rahul Kaval right now. I'm handing it over to you, Rahul.
The Minister of Health in the Delhi government and one of the key aides of Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal, Sourabh Bharadwaj, now joins us on India Today. Sourabh, welcome. Has this come as a big surprise to you and the Aam Aadmi Party, or were you this morning expecting that your leader Arvind Kejriwal will get bail and the ability to campaign during these elections?
Rahulji, it is indeed a surprise for us because this is an unprecedented order by the court. It is exceptional because in PMLA in 40 days he has been given an interim bail for election campaign, and I believe that this is due to some divine intervention. Obviously, the God has bigger plans for the country, and I think Arvind Kejriwal ji will act as a medium to bring in big political changes in this country. Today, when we are in the middle of the election, I think I can safely say, being neutral, that this is an election without any wave. When the central government is losing its shield, and I think anybody can say that this election can go either way. No one knows what is the direction this election is heading to. And in such circumstances, a communicator, a strategist, a planner like Arvind Kejriwal coming out of jail for 21 days of campaigning can be a big game changer for India Alliance, the kind of communicator he is. And we understand that anybody who has planned this for BJP to send Arvind Kejriwal to jail has done a big mistake. It was a blunder because the day he went to the jail from 21st March, I think the narrative of the country is more or less about the jail of Arvind Kejriwal, and he has done a lot of damage to the election prospects of BJP. Now, if this man comes out of jail, I think it will be a double whammy.
But Sourabh Bharadwaj, the Solicitor General Tushar Mehta, arguing on behalf of the Enforcement Directorate, put up a strong case to say that if this is the basis of the grant of bail, then there will be dozens of leaders all across the country who will rush to the Supreme Court on exactly the same basis. That what makes Arvind Kejriwal special? How is he different from any of the other accused in the multiple other cases? If Kejriwal can get bail, why not them? So this will then possibly become a precedent. How do you look at that, Mr. Bharadwaj?
I think it is very unfortunate that the top advocate of the central government is not placing facts before the court. I just want to remind all your viewers, Rahul ji, just 2 weeks back, a convict in coal scam, Mr. Dilip Ray, who has been convicted, that means he is proven guilty in the coal scam, he has been convicted. His conviction was stayed by Delhi's High Court on the ground that Mr. Dilip Ray is 71 years of age, he had a long political career, and if he is not given a chance to go out of the jail, he will not be able to contest elections, and there will be an unreplaceable or unrepairable damage. And on this basis, Mr. Dilip Ray got stay on his conviction. He got out of the jail and he is contesting from BJP. So there are precedents where the person who has been proven guilty has been taken out of jail by the High Court of Delhi, saying that no, he is a politician and he has to contest elections. And here we have the Solicitor General who is trying to mislead the top court of the country by saying that being a political person or being a chief minister is not an exception. The law is equal for everyone. So law is equal for everyone. I also agree. But we have MP, MLA courts. If the law is equal for all, why do MPs and MLAs have courts which are fast-track courts? A normal case will take 20 years to be educated, and an MP, MLA case will take 2 years for him to be convicted or released. So the law is equal, but yes, there are unequal yardsticks for politicians, and that's the law of the land, and it has been practiced for so many years. So I think the argument of Mr. Tushar Mehta was very lame argument, and I think anybody who understood law knew that his argument holds no water.
Now, I know that you've been in strategy meetings with leaders in the Aam Aadmi Party trying to determine the road ahead, because you've got the big Delhi election on the 25th of May, Saturday, and then you've got the Punjab election the next week on the 1st of June. How do you intend to use this time from the moment that Arvind Kejriwal steps out of jail till the 1st of June? Because in Punjab it's AAP versus Congress, in Delhi it's AAP and the Congress. So there are lots of these internal contradictions that you'll have to manage, Mr. Bharadwaj.
Hello?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Hello?
I can hear you. Can you hear me? Mr. Bharadwaj, can you hear me? Okay, give me a moment. I'll just try and fix that connection again. Until then, let me take you back to Sneha. And we'll... Sourabh Bharadwaj, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you,
okay.
Rahulji.
So my question, sir, was that Delhi goes to polls on the 25th of May, Saturday. Punjab goes to polls the 1st of June. How do you intend to use the time between now and the 1st of June? Because in Punjab, it's AAP versus Congress. In Delhi, it's AAP and the Congress versus the BJP. So there are lots of internal contradictions that you'll have to navigate within the India alliance.
Rahulji, when Sanjay Singh was out of the jail, I think before he went to the jail, he used to campaign only for Aam Aadmi Party. And from the time he's out of jail, I think he's in huge demand. One day he's campaigning for an NCP candidate with Mr. Sharad Pawar. Next day he's campaigning with Mr. Akhilesh Yadav for a Samajwadi Party candidate, Danish Ali. Then you see him with Mr. Uddhav Thackeray campaigning for a Shiv Sena leader. I think once Arvind Kejriwal comes out of the jail, I think Aam Aadmi Party elections will be a very small thing. We are anyway winning handsome amount of seats in Delhi and Punjab. Our target is for India Alliance. Arvind Kejriwal is coming out to give a befitting reply to BJP, and he is out to ensure that the next government is formed by the India Alliance. So he has bigger goals, he has bigger plans.
Are you planning sabhas and roadshows only in Delhi and Punjab, or will the Delhi Chief Minister be campaigning in Uttar Pradesh, West Bengal and other parts of the country as well, probably even Maharashtra?
I think, Rahulji, with the kind of media presence we have in the country and kind of social media we have in the country today, even if he is campaigning in Delhi, I think it is enough for BJP to be damaged even in Maharashtra and in Tamil Nadu or in West Bengal. I think the impact of Arvind Kejriwal coming out of jail and campaigning is well understood by BJP. That is why you could see the top advocates of the central government were there with all their legal artillery in the court, and they fought tooth and nail to oppose this bail of Arvind Kejriwal. They tried every trick in the book, whether it was just filing an affidavit when it is legally not allowed that you can file an affidavit. They did file an affidavit yesterday. They leaked that news in the media. It is all over the newspapers across the country today. They said that they will file the charge sheet against Arvind Kejriwal. They will make Aam Aadmi Party an accused. They did everything to create a narrative and basically, in a way, pressurize people not to give any judgment in favor of Arvind Kejriwal. But at the end, Arvind Kejriwal is coming out. And one more thing, I think the most important, or I think the biggest blunder BJP has made, a strategic mistake they have made in this election, is to arrest Arvind Kejriwal on 21st March. And since the day he is arrested, I think he is all over the narrative. Because Arvind Kejriwal is in jail. Now Arvind Kejriwal has applied for bail. Now Arvind Kejriwal has challenged his arrest. Now Arvind Kejriwal is not getting insulin. Now Arvind Kejriwal is being whatever. Now when Arvind Kejriwal comes out of jail, I think it is a bad news for BJP. A very bad news for them.
Okay, now what's the mood in the Aam Aadmi Party camp? Very clearly upbeat, but do you also think it's really too late, given the fact that now such a little time is left before the Delhi elections on the 25th? Can he really be able to make a material difference? Because he's coming out of jail after 51 days. There's very little time left. So you'll really be running against the clock to try and mount some kind of an effective campaign, because you can't campaign after the 23rd. So there's very little time left now.
Rahulji, frankly, he doesn't need to campaign now in Delhi. The news of Arvind Kejriwal coming out of the jail, the top court of the country granting him interim bail to campaign in the elections, I think this news is enough for Delhiites to vote for Aam Aadmi Party. The kind of ripple effect it will have in Punjab and the neighboring states will be unprecedented. You cannot imagine. But I'm sure BJP is a party which works on strategies, they make plans, they hire people. They know that Arvind Kejriwal coming out of jail is a game changer for India alliance, and I think you'll see it in next 2-3 days.
Well, whether it's a ripple or a tsunami, I think we'll know on the 4th of June. But make no mistake, there is a factor that's been added to the Delhi and Punjab elections now that Arvind Kejriwal will have the right to campaign out on the streets. Let's see what difference it makes. Sourabh Bharadwaj naturally delighted. He says also surprised and planning how best to use the Delhi CM's time. Thank you very much for joining us, Sourabh Bharadwaj, on this day when Arvind Kejriwal has been granted bail by the Supreme Court.